All right, returning to our coverage of the federal leaders debate, we've been able to reestablish our connection with Akaash Maharaj. Akaash, thanks for bearing with us. I want to ask you again, what do you make of this last-minute decision to exclude the Green Party leader tonight?
It really is unprecedented in Canadian history. Different political parties have to achieve certain criteria to be included in debates. Those criteria change from elections to elections, and not all parties are included in any one debate. But I've never seen an instance where a party was accepted into the debate and then expelled at the very last minute, less than 24 hours before the debates began.
Now, the reasoning for this, given by the Commission, the change in the number of candidates that the Green Party is running, the Commission knew this last week. Do you think there's anything unusual, perhaps, about them deciding to announce this the actual morning of the debate?
Well, the Bloc Québécois did file an official complaint and asked the debate commissioners to remove the Green Party. That may have played a role. The reasoning that the debate commissioners have given specifically is that not only did the Green Party have fewer candidates in this election than they had intended, but that they made, at least according to their leaders, a strategic choice to run in fewer ridings. In reality, there's nothing in the rules that describes that as a reason to exclude people from exclude a party from the debate. This may very well sound the death knell for the Green Party, in that this was their last opportunity to break through the 1 or 2% that they are polling nationally, and to give their co-leader, Pedno, whose first language is French, an opportunity to shine. He will struggle to do that now for the rest of this election campaign.
All right, turning to the rest of the participants tonight, the latest aggregate polling data shows that the Liberals are up 6 points. What do you think Mark Carney needs to do tonight to be successful in this debate?
Mark Carney's French is not stellar, but it is adequate. He just needs to survive this debate. He has to come across as competent, as able, and frankly, a little boring. But the other part is that he needs to try to keep the focus, irrespective of what he's asked, on Donald Trump. If Canadians go into the ballot box asking themselves, who is the best person to lead the country against Donald Trump, then Carney is likely to win. Alternatively, if Canadians go to the polls asking themselves, does Canada need a change after 10 years of Liberal government, then Poilievre is likely to win. This is an election not where the candidates aren't struggling to say, I have the right answer. They're trying to establish that they are asking the right question.
What do you expect Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre to do tonight to try and narrow that 6-point gap he has behind Carney?
On the one hand, he will try to steer the debate away from Canada-US relations, away from Trump, which is a subject that tends to flatter Carney and tends to hurt Poilievre. He will try to focus more on issues like integrity, affordability, inflation, the economy, and above and beyond anything else, a desire for change after 10 years of Liberal government. But in addition to that, especially before a French-speaking audience, he will try to showcase his superior French language skills and is likely to try to present a kinder, gentler version of himself. The Pierre Poilievre whom we see in English-speaking Canada tends to be Pierre the attack dog. By contrast, when he speaks to French language audiences, he tends to be much more personable. I don't know if that reflects his comfort in the two languages, or perhaps an analysis of what Canadians want in those two different jurisdictions. But the Pierre Poilievre who turns up speaking French is usually a much more personable person than the one who turns up in English-speaking Canada. At the same time, he can't just stroll through this debate. Carney is well ahead of him. Poilievre will have to try to find some way to point out Carney's flaws, to bring him down a notch, all the while doing so, trying to be the nicer person he often portrays himself as in Quebec.
That's Akaash Maharaj with the Munk School of Global Affairs. Akaash, thank you so much for your time this evening.
Thank you.